first video of our build series. And these are the kits we're going to be working with, just to show you guys what we got. It's the CS Options part, and then the RX-782 cross silhouette with the extended frame, for the CS frame. These boxes are actually already empty. I did some prep work and put things in the right places so I'd be ready ahead of time. So let's just jump into this. Up here, as you guys can see, I have essentially what is the GEM frame with the standard SD CS frame. However, this is going to be our SD CS actual frame. Like, that's just the SD frame. This will make the CS frame. As you can see, it comes with the parts for the GEM head along with all the body parts, or the inner frame parts. So let's just get started real quick and get this part done so you guys can see the height difference. And then we'll get into what's pretty much the weirdest part of it, which is the assembly, because it uses pieces from both kits to pull it off. I've assembled the RX-78 a couple times, however, just want to show you guys, like, this is the regular instructions for the RX-782, for the regular Gundam. The instructions for the GEM are actually on the back of the book. They show you like pieces of how to put things together. If you go to the back of the CS book, it shows you it based on using the other kit. And there are some parts, like here, in step 1, B20 comes from the regular Gundam. So, being that part's a blue and the other part's a white, I mean, we're going to be painting anyways, but we'll definitely have to prime because of that. But for now, we're going to work on getting the frame built and assembling the pieces to make it into a GEM, and then we'll move on from there. So let's get started. We won't need those, not right away at least. I should be able to do this part without it, but just going through real quick. Let me show you guys what we're working with here. In the book, it tells you as you go along what parts you need. We're literally going to be skipping any of the assembly instructions that contain like pieces that aren't on this. So we're only focusing on this piece here. So like in this first step, it says for A4, A3, A14, A13, and A15. Well, this one here, let's see. Oh, sorry, wrong instructions. Down here. A214, A219, and A218. So, A214 is over here. Now, because this is an inner frame, you don't really have to worry about nubs too much. They don't really show up, because there's going to be stuff over most of it. That being said, I'll still be going through and doing some cleanup, just as a habit. So, let's see. A218. Now this part here, when you get to this part, make sure you pay attention, because these two are different, and they're different for a reason. And it's important to make sure you get them in the right spot. I have had to go back before and disassemble a frame because I got cocky and thought I could do it without that. So 18's in place. There we go, number 19. Now, in case anybody's wondering right now, the nippers that I'm currently using, they're a type of God Hand. They're the God Hand 125s. I got them on a website when I first started building again. And I've had them ever since. They've never broken on me or anything. Let's hope they don't. I mean, knock on wood, they won't break on me, but yeah. So anyways, next thing it tells us to do is the A27, A212. Let's see, A27, 12. Oh, this is definitely 12. Wait. That's our 12, and here's our 7. So, trying to get better leverage on the 7. There we go. So, that's our A27 right there. And 12. Now, these go into the A215, which is actually our next step. on the instructions. So we're going to pop this out, and this is actually the back plate. Well, habits die hard. This is actually the back plate. You can tell because of the 3 holes. And it goes in like this here. That's usually the part where I get confused because I think those are the only specific sections. When you put together, you should have some nubs there and there. This is one of the few times I do clean up because some of the SDs I've built in the past, the nubs show up underneath it. Not the nubs, but the this white part. So I want to go through and just clean this up for sure. So we can get it clean without damaging it. And I'm no expert at cleaning up nubs or anything like that. I just do the best I can and move on. Now that that's done, the rest of these steps are useless to us because they're all involving the Gundam itself. So we're going to jump over to the next part, which happens to be right here. It's telling us we need A1 and A7. Whoops, sorry. Down here. Sorry, a little bit off today. A22, A217, and A221. So A22, that'll confuse you when you first say it, right here. Now, these ones are exactly the same, A22, A22, so A2222. So we just pop that out, and we're just going to cut this one out ahead of time, just because we know we're going to need it, and we know that it doesn't really matter if it gets confused, because they're the same number. Okay, setting it to the side, we're next on the line is A217. That's this one here. Now these are number specifics. It's A217, A216. Probably has to do with where the gap in the arm is. You know, it's an SD Gundam. They have holes. And then the next one is A221. Now with this one here, when you get to the A221 and A220, be very careful cutting, because you want this part on the back to be kind of smooth, but you don't want to cut it too flat because of the way the Gundam arm works. So now we're going to put these together real quick, but before we do that, I want to do a little bit of cleanup, because I can see something that'll bother me later if I don't get it now. All I do for this, I just set my knife across it and gently drag the knife across, and it should remove all the stuff for me. You don't have to put too much pressure on it. The weight of the knife will do the work for you. Next up, attaching it to here, and then into one of these. Now that creates one of the arms. I really should secure that piece when I go to push on like that. But okay, so now we're going to go to our next arm. Next arm is going to be really quick. Now, I should mention as I'm doing this, I am aware that I'm going to have to take some of this apart along the way because it's going to be required for part of the build. Oh, and something I forgot to mention at the beginning. For this build, I'm not using a brand new silhouette booster. I'm actually using an old one because I had it lying around. I had the parts I needed. So rather than buying a whole new one, we're actually going to be using an old one, which is fine because I painted the hands for the Gundam anyways, so it can be reused that way. Now this is another way I can remove nubs, just taking a pair of good nippers. These ones here are the USA Gundam Store nippers. I bought them a while back and they work really well. This is I think my second pair of them. I want to say it's my second pair, I want to say my first pair broke. But to be honest, at the time I was kit bashing, building the bear guys, and it was just too much strain for a pair of nippers to handle. So, that being said, ta-da! And now we're going to put this in here. Put it on the wrong way, didn't I? I think I did. No, that's right. Okay, so secure that with my hand so I don't end up breaking anything. Go. Perfect. That is the upper half of our CS frame. Now at this point we have to go and look here. It's calling for A12. No, A21. Sorry, dyslexia. We're going to click here. Here. all turned out to be pretty good cuts, and they're going to be hidden, so it's not a big deal. We can just set that piece down. This little notch here will always be to the back, just to give you guys a heads up in case you're ever wondering. Flipping our book over, we're now on the leg section, which is all Gundam. So, first thing we're going to need is these. Now, these are side specific, so if you look here, we have A28 on this one. So we need to look for that one. A28. So we're going to clip right here. And right here. And then last but not least, right here. Now, on these, if you wanted to go through and do something up, I wouldn't blame you. I do just because they have to fit into the feet just right. And I am a little bit, that's what I'm looking for, OCD with that. I want it to be just perfect. So it's your call if you want to go through and do it. Honestly, I probably could use the black nippers and save myself this step, but I really like doing this. Okay, so that was A28. The next things we're going to need is A216, 13, and A211. So A26. A23. Right up here. And then our final piece, like I said, is A211. So as soon as we get this one off, we're going to go for A211, which is right in here, 12, 11 right here. Yep. I looked right at it and didn't even realize what I was looking at. Okay, so you would think with as many of these frames as I've done, I could do it blindfolded, but just to be safe, we're using the instructions. Okay. Now, as we're putting this together, I'm going to be looking for little things that I know would bother me. Like this thing here looks pretty smooth for once. Okay, cool. Make sure I do this right. Yeah, I'm doing it right. Okay, cool. So, the best way you can tell without looking at the instructions if it's right is to just look at how the joint goes. It's going to kind of tuck up underneath the leg into this section here. If it's on this side where it's on the outside, it's definitely not right. Not that I need to tell all you guys that. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys have built these before. But anyways, so we push all this together. And this creates our first leg of the CS frame. Now we're going to start on our next leg. Now once we finish the legs, we'll pop out the head pieces real quick, throw them together. And they're just going to be a rough removal. Throw them together and then we will see how he looks when he's standing up to himself, so to speak. Let me see. Here it is, this one. Just a quick check. Throw these pieces together real fast. Ooh, almost made my own mistake there. The very thing I told you guys about is the thing I almost just did. There we go. Now we just put this piece on here, put that on there. Now the CS frame does give it a good bit more articulation. As if it wasn't obvious. I mean, extra joints and whatnot. Ooh, you gotta fix that. Found something on one of the arms I want to fix real quick. It's gonna be hidden, but just to be safe. There. just to make sure we have a good fit. And then last but not least, now I will say this, as we build this, don't throw away any of your runner bits. We're going to be trying to use them later on for a piece to kind of like make the gun look more alive. So in order to do that, you're definitely going to need runners. I don't know if this one will be able to be used for it. Yay! The one time being a big guy pays off. Okay. So, as you notice, I didn't do much cleanup on this. I actually have a spare head that I'm going to be using for this project, but I will show you guys how to paint the head using this one. So, as you can see, that is the CS frame completed. Now, compared to the standard SD frame, it's a good bit of difference in height. On top of that, it adds more articulation in these joints primarily, along with in the arms, because the standard SD arms do not move at the elbow, whereas these move at the elbow and also at the hip here. You can actually get some bend out of the legs that way. Whereas this poor little guy, I mean, that's as far as he can go. He can look like he's doing a very animated walk. Like, get this piece back in, I'll show you guys what I mean. But that's about the most he can do. I mean, he looks like he'd be a puppet for Jeff Dunham or something. So that being said, setting that guy to the side, we're going to start on the gym now. Now, like I said, the gym's instructions are on the back of this. I've never actually built one of these before, so this will be a fun experience for me too. Now, something to note about the gym instructions, it actually comes with instructions for both types. So if you wanted to build it with the smaller frame, like this guy here, you could. Or if you want to build it with a bigger frame, like I'm doing, you can do that too. So, going back, we're going to look at this thing here. First thing it tells us is we need B3, which is a part of the Gundam. It should be on this one. Let's see, that's B3 right there. So for this part, I'm actually going to pull out my better nippers. Just a minute. Let's put this away for later. Okay. We're going to pull out our better nippers for this one. And we're just going to cut near B3. Now, normally I wouldn't go this close, but most of these points are going to be hidden once the Gundam's assembled. I guess I should call it a mobile suit in this case, because it's not really a Gundam. So, we need this piece, and it shows us putting it on the lower body. So, first thing we're going to do, well, lower part of the upper body, is we're going to break this guy back down into his core pieces again. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, like I said, is break them apart and then put this piece back on him. Not a bad look. I mean, definitely not the finished product. Now, the next thing it's calling for is B8 off of this piece, which is part of the yellow of the Gundam. Yeah, that gave me a bad nub. We'll have to take that off. Wait a minute here. Didn't think about it when I removed it. I should have been careful about that part. Okay, now it's calling for D20, which is actually part of the booster set. As you see, this is a booster set where I remove the hands, so we'll be working with this one. We're going to just clip here on both sides. Really close. Normally I don't cut that close. I don't know why I did this time. Normally I actually use both sets of nippers. I'll do one like this. I'll leave a good chunk of the gate. And then I come back through with these and clean it up. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's clean up these, because these would be an eyesore. Even painted would be an eyesore. This one doesn't look bad, but I think I got it good. Okay, now these instructions are very specific. When you go to put them on, it says to make sure you're holding the section right here very carefully while attaching the part. So, with a good grip on both, I'm going to gently, hopefully, slide this piece in here. As you see, good fit, looks nice, definitely a gem. So, now we are going to make sure I'm right about this. Yep, we're going to attach it directly to the front of the gem. And we're going to get, kind of like the default colors, piece number 20 off the back of this, because that's the next one the instruction says. It says to go back to the Gundam frame and get piece 20. So now with piece 20 in hand, we're just going to go through real quick and clean it up. Fight me a little bit, so we use the knife. Actually, if it fights me beyond the knife, I actually go for sanding sticks, but I try not to use the sanding sticks too often. I'm not very good with it. Okay, so now we're going to attach this directly to the back. And boom, that's our chest unit. Well, sort of. It's not clicking. Let's see why it's not clicking. I just gotta get it to go. Well, interesting. Let me try adjusting it a bit. Maybe if I just... Oh, shoot. Okay, you know what? I don't want to risk breaking it, and I can always come back and fix it later. We're going to have to disassemble it for painting anyways. Let me just try something really quick. Okay, anyways. We'll come back to that in a second, because I got an idea. The next thing it calls for is a piece off of the gem frame, and that's this piece. Just gonna go through and clean it up for a second. Make sure it looks good. Now normally we'd attach this directly to this while it's in the back, but it doesn't, not attached to the back, so what we're going to do is we're going to try this. By putting this in first is going to give us more contact points for the circles on the back. We then adjust that part a little bit, and when we do it this time, yep, see, perfect fit that time. So make sure you use the backpack as a guide. And like I said, first time building one of these, don't know. Okay, so that's our chest. Now we're going on to the right arm. Now, the arms and legs use most of the same stuff from the Gundam. It's only when you get to the skirt there's a real difference. But you could also use these parts here to adjust the proportions on the arms and the legs and how they look and all. That's really up to you. I'm actually going with the default proportions on that piece. And we're going to get started on this next part. So, yeah. body for our gem. Now there's more instructions, obviously. I'm looking at it now, I can see it. Because they show you that he has weapons and stuff, and you still need the shield and everything too. So we're going to go do those really fast. I mean, really fast. And that way we can get the build part over with, and I can show you guys how it turns out when it's done. Yikes. I've heard of being a little holy, but that's a bit nuts. Oh well, it won't be visible when I get done, hopefully. Well, maybe. I don't know, maybe have to cover that up. Yeah, it has to be more work than I'm really hoping to put in on this guy. It's bad. Shoot. Jesus, Bandai. Okay, so next up is the shield. Now, let's see. Okay, cool. Here we go. That's good. Next we need to remove the red for the shield. To remove the nubs. Now, I should mention, we're not going to use the decals on this guy. I should have mentioned that earlier, didn't think about it. I don't like decals, just not a fan. Oh, it's on here. So yeah, no decals at all. Now they actually show putting it a little bit lower down for the hand. I'm actually putting it a little bit higher on purpose, just because of how I plan on posing for this. Alright, we'll just clean up a little bit. Turd. And that's it. That's how he looks when you're done. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to tell you guys ahead of time, there are parts I'm going to be saving for this, just for future parts to this whole build process. I'll be saving this rifle, along with the blade from the Gundam as well. Now, obviously the blade makes sense because, you know, he's going to need one. He has one, but he's going to need one. But then on top of that, I'm saving it for another reason. And I will show you guys what that is when we start building. And we're also going to save this set of blades, because I have a feeling we can use those if I'm right. If I'm not right, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Because we're going to be trying some stuff I've never done before with this whole build. Next thing we're going to need, like I said, will be the rifle. And this doesn't have to be a clean cutout because I'm just showing you guys a technique when it comes time for it. But we're not there just yet. Just get this piece cut out. Look at that cut right there. Oh, this one. I only need this part of the rifle for what I'm going to show you guys. But when you build if you build a regular Gundam, or build the ARC-72, then you'll need the whole rifle, obviously. So anyways, that being said, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. And this has been the first of our little series on how to build and improve upon the look of a SD Gundam. Obviously this was just the build phase, but I hope you guys will join me for the next phase where we're going to be doing some painting techniques and whatnot. Obviously I won't be painting the whole guy with you guys present, but it'll be a good place to start. You guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be going through with him and whatnot. This little guy thankfully doesn't show the pieces underneath. I know there are some that do, I just can't think of who they are. I can see, oh, I know the Freedom does. The STCS Freedom shows his white pieces, but other than that, yeah, he's a pretty good build. Feels pretty sturdy even in this form. And he'll feel a lot better once we get done with him. He'll look a lot better once we get done with him. But honestly, for a gem made from a Gundam kit, I mean, yeah, I can see myself building a small army of these. Get it? A small army. Sorry, like I said, dad jokes. That being said, please like and subscribe so you can be alerted when the next one comes out, or at least make sure the bell's on so you know when the next one comes out. And we will catch you next time. Well, not we, me and this guy. This little guy here, he's getting ready to go away. Thank you, and see you then. Bye.